Modern Women Part 4. Now, like I was saying, with polygamy made illegal, what it does on the male perspective and for the country as a whole, but it limits the amount of resources and the population as well. And it limits the potential the man has. Some men, and like I was saying with that meme you see the woman, the man walking with his woman and he's looking the other way at the other woman, that describes the man's, pursuit of polygamy. It shows the frustration of the limitations of monogamy, because some men out there, their max will be potentially 5 or 7 women. Some men, that's their max. They have to have such a big family, and they got to have far more women than one. Some men, that's their max. You know what I'm saying? Human beings are not naturally monogamous. We're not naturally monogamous. Men are not naturally monogamous, whatever. But what happens is there's a lot of men, and I've done this video on Male Limitation Society, but there's a lot of men that are frustrated. You know what I'm saying? This is why back in the day, before no-fault divorce, men would basically bypass the monogamy, limitations of monogamy by having a family in a different town, different community, and they would still provide for that family, because that's that man's, that's that man's max. He can't, having just one family ain't enough for him. You know what I'm saying? For him to reach his true potential, he has to have potentially 2 families, 4 families, whatever. And those men during those days that had the other family, they were adding to the population. They were working, they were adding to the health, and they were adding to the housing market and so on. So when you see your government makes polygamy illegal, there has to be a hidden agenda from that, because polygamy, you got to remember, and this is what a lot of, people won't tell you, is that, people die. You know what I'm saying? Husband and wife, your wife could die with your children. You know what I'm saying? Or you could lose your children, but, your wife can't have any more. So, you would have multiple wives subconsciously just for that reason.